Hi there everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to make this shawl. It's pretty long, it's a long shawl just because of the little round flowers that we've made. So it can be worn in a few different ways. You can just wear it like that, which shows you it is pretty long. It goes down quite a way, but it's just very light. This is very light and very loose, and it doesn't fall off. It's really pretty doing it this way, just really accessorize. You can really pull it forward a little bit more, and then it gives you a little bit of a collar here, which you can do like that as well, whichever way suits you. Or you can just take it from the one side to the other side and then wear it that way. That's how my daughter says that she would wear it. She would wear it this way. You know, you can wear it however, and you can do that, and you can, you know, bring that through if you like. Slightly shorter if you do it this way. But whichever way suits you. It's not hard to make. This really isn't hard to make. It's pretty quick, and you can make yours as long or short as you like. I wouldn't go too much shorter because otherwise it's not going to wrap around your shoulders like that. But yeah, it's really easy to make, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get started. Alright, so this is what it looks like close up. That's the border. This is the real bottom part, and these are what your little flowers look like. Now I've joined them. It's a green here, and then the two green there, one white, two white, and as you go up, this becomes slightly different just here. One, and then you've got, because I'm keeping two of these on the sides, on each side. So here I've got one green, one white, green, green, white, green, and then it goes up to, but you can do whatever you want to. Then it goes, as long as you keep one green, one white, one green, then you've got the one in between, one green, white, green, and the next one you'll have two in between with the green and a white. But you're continually having the green and the white on the side, and this grows here with 1, 2, 3, and then 4. They go up there. Now I will give you, I'll tell you the colors on my blog. I'll put a bit of a diagram. I don't know if I'll draw the whole one, but this is a bit of a diagram that I'll draw for you, with the one flower there, and then that's your green. And I'll just go up so far so you can see where your joins actually are, and then you can continue with it because the middle part just keeps getting more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes up to 5. And my end one had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these cream ones in between the two end ones there and the two end ones here. So, but if you use thicker yarn, you won't make so many. But this is a thin yarn. I'm using a size, this is a size, I think it was a 3. Let me see. I got this from Michael's. Okay, this is a super fine. This is a super fine 1. And I'm using a size 3.75 millimeter or an F hook. So that's what I used. You don't have to stick to what I'm doing. In the video I will be using a thicker cotton, which made it, you'll see I'm making it out of pink, which is a thicker cotton, and it also turns out well. So whichever way you want to do it, you'd make less of these motors, but then yours wouldn't be as light. This is very light. This is nice and light, so it's just like a nice accessory to put over your shoulders. But it's really up to you. I do suggest that you start off making, it's hard for you to know how long you want yours. It would be the best if you start off with the straight one. Just keep joining 2, 2, 2 and make yours as wide as you want it to be. So that's my suggestion. You start off, make one straight strip as wide as you want it to be over your shoulders, because this part is going to be over your shoulders, and then when you come in, you just keep coming in one less. You would come in there, come in here, and come in here, and you would just follow this. So I would say make your longest ones over here, as many as you think you want across your shoulders, and then you'd come in one less, and you can see where you actually join it on. You'd have 3 left there, join it there, there, and there. So that's what I suggest you do, but it's up to you as to how you do it, because otherwise you'd have to come in from here and then go bigger each time. This way is a little easier, but that's up to you as to how you want to do it. But yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and let's get started. So this is what our little motif looks like. I've attached a few of them, and that's how they will be attached one to the other. It'll have a little hole over there, but yeah, that's really what they look like. They're really cute, and I've started off with 1 here and 2 here. Your joining is going to be pretty much the same, so you don't have to worry about that. It's not a hard join, but we are joining it as we crochet. It just makes it a lot easier than trying to sew it. But anyway, I want to show you how to start your motif. You're going to be making one full motif without joining for your first one, and then you join them as you go. So I'll just show you one full one. And yeah, so what you're going to do is you're going to chain 11. So put a slip knot on and go ahead and you can chain 11 chains, and then I'll meet you back. So once you have your 11 chain, you're going to go slip stitch into this very first one and just slip stitch through that. Alright, then we're going to chain 3, which stands for our first double crochet, and then we're going to put 23 double crochets in this circle so that you have 24 all together. So that's our first one. So that's 1, 2, and they're all just in that circle. 3, 4. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do that. Just be sure that including your chain 3 you have 24 double crochets. So I'm going to do that and I'll meet you back here. Alright, so once you've got your double crochets in, you're going to just slip stitch into the top of this 3rd chain that you had made right in the beginning. Just going to slip stitch into the top of that 3rd chain. Once you've slip stitched in there, you're going to chain 5 stitches, and then you're going to skip 2. Skip 1, 2, and you're going to do a single crochet into your 3rd. So you're going to skip 2 stitches and you're going to do a single crochet into your 3rd double, and then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and go into your 3rd. And you're going to do this all the way around, and you should end up with 8 chain spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 2, don't skip. Be careful not to include the one that you went into. You're skipping the next 2. Skip those 2 and go into the 3rd. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1, 2, go into your 3rd. And then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go into the top of you did 4 here because this one stands for your single crochet. So you're just going to go into that first chain that you had made with a slip stitch. Whoops. And that should leave you with your 4 in between, and you should end up now, you should have 8 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chain spaces. Alright, so that's what you should be looking like. Alright, now what we're going to do is okay, then I'm going to slip stitch in here. I'm going to just slip stitch into that first chain space, and I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to do another 2 double crochets in that chain space. So I'm going to do another 2 in the same chain space, 1, 2, and then I'm going to do 1 chain, and I'm going to do another 3 in the same space, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you should be looking like that. Now you're just going to come over here and you're going to do the same thing, 3 double crochets in the chain space. So 1, 2, 3 doubles, and then you're going to do chain 1 and then another 3 in the same space. 1, 2, and 3. And you're going to do that all the way around. So you should have 3 doubles, 1 chain, 3 doubles in the same space. Then just go over into this one, 3 doubles, 1 chain, 3 doubles. Okay, and you can continue with that. I'm going to go ahead and do mine, and then once I've done this round, I'll meet you back over here. So just do your 3 doubles, chain 1, 3 doubles in the chain space, and I'll meet you back here. Alright, so once you've gone all the way around, you're just going to come, and I'm going to just slip stitch into that actual chain space. Alright, now what we're going to do is chain 3 for your first double crochet. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come behind this. So you're coming into the front post. So you're going to go behind that and push this front post out. And you're going to do a double crochet. And we're going to be doing this all the way. And then you're going to go into the next one, go behind it, and do a double crochet. Okay, and this is what it looks like in the back. It's got a bit of a ridge in the back. It's because you've come kind of behind the stitch. So I'll do it again with you. So the bottom line is for this round, you're doing the same thing. You're doing, well, similar. You're doing your 3 front posts, then you're going to do a chain 1, and then you're going to do the same to these 3. So you're going to come, there's your stitch. Instead of doing a double crochet in there, you're going to come behind it and push it up and do a double crochet that way. And don't skip this one. Know that you've got 3 1 chain 3. So as long as you're aware of that, there's your next one. So just be aware that you've got 3. Now in between your sets, you're going to do 2 chain 2. Okay, and now you can do your next set. Here's your next little set. Okay, so you're going to come this way and do 1. There's the next one, 2, and the next one, 3, and then 1 chain. Your chain 1 is in between the set, and your chain 2s are in between. Your chain 1 is in between your 3 doubles that you've got in your chain space, and then your chain 2 is in between the 2 chain spaces. So it's pretty easy. So go through there, 1, go through that one, 2, and if you're not familiar with a stitch, it's a little bit weird to do it initially because it's just different, but it's actually quite a lot of fun doing it. It's not bad. So now we've just finished the 3 chain 1 3 in that chain space. Now we're going to be coming to this one, so it's chain 2 in between these 2. So chain 2 there, and now back in here, 1 in here. That's 1, 2, and 3, and then chain 1 because this is in the chain space, and go in this one, 1, 2, and 3, and then chain 2 because we're in between our 2 chain spaces, and then you're going to go in here again. So you can go ahead and do that. You should be starting to look like this. You have a bit of a ridge in the back there, but that's what it looks like. So it's in the, you're working in your chain spaces. So it's 3 front post double crochets, chain 1 3, and then 2 there, and then 3 1 3. So go all the way around, and I will meet you. Alright, so when you come here, don't forget this last one over here. You don't want to skip out on that one. And then don't forget your chain 2 because you do that in between, and then you're going to come into this one again. I'm just coming into this space because I feel like it's giving it a little bit of a neat look to it over here, but you can go in the actual chain if you want to. Anyway, this one now is pretty much the same. You're going to do these the same chain 1, but you're going to do chain 4 in between. So everything else is the same. 1 there, come behind this one. That's 2, that's 3, and then you're going to do chain 1, and then you're going to come into these exactly the same as you were doing before. 1, 2 and 3, except now instead of 2 you're going to chain 4, so in between your chain spaces 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've done the chain 4, you're going to come into your next one, and you're going to go the double crochet in the front post and exactly the same thing as you were doing. 3 there, 1 chain, and then in here 1, 2 and 3, and then your chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to start again in here. Okay, so you can do that all the way around. It's exactly the same thing as the row before, except you're doing chain 4 instead of chain 2, and you should be looking like that. So this is all the same, and you'll see it pushes this out, but instead of chain 2 you got chain 4 in between, and you still got your chain 1 there. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back here. Alright, so I'm nearly at the end, but I just wanted you to be careful that you're actually going into the right one. Don't go down here. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to see where your actual stitch is. You know, it's right here. It's smaller than what you think. This seems like it's one whole one, so just be careful. Be sure that you're grabbing it here and you're not coming all the way down, because you just want to get it just in that one. So I'm doing my last one, and then I'm going to do my chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and once again I'm just going to go into this chain space and slip stitch over there. Alright, so now for our next round, same thing, 1, 2, 3. All of these are your front post. You're going into this next one now. What we're doing is we're doing 2 normal front posts, and then we're going to do 2 together, and then the 2 normal, and chain 4, single crochet, chain 4. Alright, so there we've got our first 2. Then you're going to do 1 in here, but don't finish it. Okay, 1 in the next, don't finish it, and now you're going to finish them all together. Okay, and then you're going to do your last 2. 1, 2. Okay, now in between our 2 you do chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to single crochet in this chain space and then do another chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then this is going to be the same thing. 1 in here, 1 in the next. Now the next 2 are done together. 1 there, don't finish it. 1 there, don't finish it, and now you finish it. And then you should have 2 left. 1, 2, and then you do your chain 4 because you're in between your 2 chain spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, single in here, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start again. So this one is normal, that one is normal, these 2 are done together, and then these 2 are done. Chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, normal, normal, these 2 done together, normal, normal, chain 4, single, chain 4. So you can go ahead and do that, and I will meet you back at the beginning. Alright, so for our last round, don't forget to do your chain 4, single crochet in there, chain 4, and then come into this one again. Now, just your beginning is slightly different to this one because you've only got 1 in the beginning that you're not doing together. So that's your 1 double crochet. Then you're going to do the next 3 together. Alright, so this is 1. Now you're going to take both of these 2 you did together. Okay, so you're taking both of them, don't take it off your hook, and then this one, and then you're going to go through all of them. and then you're going to do this one, and then you're going to do chain 3, and I'll do this again, chain 4. I'll do it again with you. It was just your beginning that's slightly different because you're only doing one forward post double crochet in the beginning and one at the end. One in the beginning, one in the end, and then 3 in the middle are done together. So then you're going to have your chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go into this chain space, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, into this chain space, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to do this again. So this one is normal, this, and this get done together. Okay, so 1 in there. Now the next 3 are done together. That's the first one. Don't finish it. That's 1. Then these 2. That's actually 1 stitch. Don't finish it. That's 2. And then this one. And then go through all of them. And then you should have 1 more. So be careful when you do this because you don't want to skip any or do more than you should. 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So you should have 4 left now. With this round you had 2 and then you did those 2 together and you had 2 in the ends. This you're only having 1 on the end with your doubles. And then this is chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go into the first chain space. Single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go into the next single chain space with a single crochet and chain 4. So you're actually ending up with 3 chain spaces. Okay, and now you start that all over again. And this you're going to do all the way around, and that's your completed doily. Now when you're joining them, you will be joining it on this last round. So I'll do one complete one with you. So go all the way around and I'll meet you back at the beginning. Okay, so you have your last 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to come into this stitch and slip stitch through and then cut off my yarn and bring it through. And then you have your very first motif completely. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how we're going to be joining them. Alright, so to begin our joining you want to make 2 motifs. So you're going to make one that's just totally done, and then your second one, because we're going to start off by joining 2 and then we're going to join the one at the bottom. So with your second motif now, you can join it anywhere on your actual now you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to go into your, like I say, for your first 2, it doesn't matter which where you place your motif because it really doesn't matter. But I'm going to put it in right over here. Now you're going to chain 2 because you're doing a chain of 4, so you're splitting it, 2 here. Then you're going to go into this very first chain space of the opposite motif with the single crochet, and then you're going to chain 2, and you're going to come back into this first chain space with a single crochet. You're going to chain 2, and then you're going to come back to this motif, and it's going to be the middle chain space. Okay, it's the middle one. And then you're going to chain 2, and you're going to come back to your first motif and go into this chain space. Then you're going to chain 2, and you're going to come back and go into the third chain space of your first motif. Not your first motif of, yeah, your first one. Okay, and then you're just going to do chain 1, 2, 3, and then you're just going to do chain 2, and then you're going to come back to this motif because this motif is not complete and you want to complete this last petal, and that's going to be 1 in here, and this you know how to do. This one together with the next 2 and the next 1, these are done together. Whoops, with that one. Go through all of them and then do your last one, and then you're going to chain 2 again, and then you're going to come into this one and you're going to go into the next set of chain spaces because you're joining with two chain spaces. So 1 there, and you're going to do the same thing, chain 2, come back to this motif, single crochet in the first chain space, chain 2, your opposite motif which should be in this middle chain space over here, single crochet in there, chain 2, come back, and now it's the middle one for this, chain 2. That should be the third chain space for this motif, and chain 2, and it's now this one's last one. Now because we're finishing off here, it's the last one in there, and you can slip stitch through. Now if it's not your last one, you don't have to do it so you're ending there. You can do it right in the beginning of your motif as well. If you do, then you would just continue with your the rest of your motif as you were doing. But that's the essence of how you are joining it. So you're using 2 chain spaces and 2 chain spaces here, and it's chain 2, go into the opposite one first, otherwise you're going to do it wrong. So it's once you have finished with this petal, you do chain 2, go into the first chain space there, then you come back into this one. So you've got to go into your opposite motifs chain space first for it to end up equally. And that's really all that you're going to do. You can start right at the top of your shawl if you want to, by doing a whole bunch, by doing a whole string of them together and then coming in with the rest, because then you're just joining them all on the side. So that's actually a great way to do it. Just go ahead, and as long as the length that you want it, and you just keep joining them on. Now when you're joining on your next one, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because you can't join it on anywhere. You have to be aware that you're working with 3 petals there and 3 petals here, which means you've got 1 left in the middle. So you can see here I joined it by these 2, which means the opposite's got to be the same. And when you're joining these, it gets a bit confusing, but when you've just got your straight one, it's really not that hard. You just go, make sure that you have 1 in between your 3. So you're joining with these 2 chain spaces, which uses those 3. Keep these, and then you're going to be using these 3 and the 2 in between those 3. So you can see that they are equal with each other. And then when you join your other motifs, you're going to be joining it in the middle here. And I'll show you how to do that, because I've got to join it here, here, and here. But if you want to, as you start, if you want to do your whole string of straight ones first, you can do that and then come in between. Or you can work your way up, whereas you just do 2 together first, and then you do 1 at the bottom, and then we start working our way up. But it's probably better just to go ahead and do all of your straight ones first, and then come in and do the middle. And I'll show you how to connect it in the middle here. So let's keep going.